ICSE 10th स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप आप लोग का पेपर बहुत अच्छा हुआ हो. लेट्स रीचेक कि आपका पेपर कैसा हुआ है. सो आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस the answers of your today's board exam, English Literature board exam, and I wish you all the best कि आप सब ने बहुत अच्छे से किया हो. जस्ट एक बार रीचेक करते हैं कि आपका पेपर कैसा हुआ. So beginning with MCQs. First, where does Portia say that she and Nerissa will stay until her husband's return? See, बच्चे यहाँ पे काफ़ी कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं. बेलमेंट लोग बोल रहे हैं. मुझे इसका आंसर डी लग रहा है, इन अ मोनास्ट्री, बट मेरे हिसाब से द आंसर शुड बी डी. वैसे जो मैंने प्रिडिक्ट किया था, ऑलमोस्ट सारे क्वेश्चंस देखिए उसी चैप्टर से ही आए हैं. सो कीप फॉलोइंग मी and keep subscribing to my channel. Moving on to the second question. What aspect of Shylock's nature is revealed in his word to bait fish withal? According to me, the answer should be C. Third, Grishano exclaims, "We are the Jasons and we have won the fleece." In this context, the word fleece refers to. So here, in this context बोला है, तो मेरे ख्याल से answer should be A, Portia and Nerissa. Fourth, the quality of mercy is not strained. Who say this and to whom? Of course, this is very simple. Portia to Shylock. C. Answer will be C. Fifth, what does Portia ask of Antonia as a remembrance before she leaves the courtroom? So the answer would be his gloves. D. All my students are calling me to tell paper kaisa hua. Sixth, when Lorenzo says, "Fair ladies, you drop manna in the way of starved people," he means that Portia and Nerissa have. So again, यहाँ पे आंसर होगा brought good news for Lorenzo and Antonio. Answer would be B. Which of the following, इसमें यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा. Which of the following statement is not true for Maggie? यहाँ पे बच्चे जनरली गड़बड़ कर देते हैं, not लगा है. So इसका आंसर होगा she was sent to poor house, because no, she wasn't sent to poor house. This was the opinion of everyone कि उसको poor house भेजना चाहिए, but finally she was not sent to the poor house. Next, eighth, the short story Little Match Girl can be called a fairy tale because, again मेरे हिसाब से आंसर would be B. It has elements of magic and fantasy. Ninth, why does the Gujar women strike the big brass guras with a stick? So, answer will be C, to see which ones were empty. 10th, choose the option that lists the sequence of the events in the correct order. So, according to me, इस 10th वाले का जो आंसर होगा वो D होना चाहिए. 2, 1, 4, 3. आप लोग एक बार रीचेक भी कर लीजिएगा. In My Greatest Olympic Prize, the Führer refers to Hitler. A. 12th, which of the following lines contain the same literary device as one in the poem I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud? So here simile use हुई है. I was wandering lonely as a cloud. As लगा इसलिए simile use हुई है. तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल साफ साफ दिख रहा है fresh as a rose in June. So B would be the answer. 13th, अब 13th की बात करें तो इसका आंसर होगा which of the following statement is used by Maya Angelou to describe the caged bird? So he opens his throat to sing. बाकी तीनों जो हैं वो फ्री बर्ड के लिए है. 14th, when did the angel appear to Abib and Adam? Answer would be C. 2 nights in succession. लगातार 2 रातों में. 15th, select the option that shows the correct relationship between the statement 1 and 2 from the Browning's poem The Patriot. Statement 1, the old walls rocked with crowd and cries. Second, there's nobody on the housetops now. So the answer is B. 1 is contrast of 2, opposite है. पहले सब लोग उनको वेलकम कर रहे थे, नेक्स्ट उनका कोई वेलकम नहीं कर रहा था. And the last one, 16th, the 8 other athletes stopped in their tracks means that they were halted quite suddenly. So answer would be D. Now do let me know in the comment section that आप लोग के कितने सही हुए और कितने गलत हुए. Moving on to section B, drama. देखो मैंने बोला था एक्ट 3 सीन 2 आएगा एंड आई वाज क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट एक्ट 3 सीन 2. मैं तो एक्ट 5 के लिए भी काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंट थी क्योंकि पिछले कई साल से वो नहीं आ रहा था, बट चलो एक्ट 3 सीन 2 आया. Away then, I'm locked in one of them and all that. First part. Where does the scene take place? The scene takes place in Belmont and Portia's house. What does Portia mean when she says, if you do love me, you will find me out? That if Bassanio really loves Portia, then he will be able to find out that which is the right casket and which casket contains Portia's portrait, so that he can easily marry Portia. इसको डिटेल में लिखना होगा. Second, what two words would you use to describe Portia's feelings at the point? अगर आपने आगे वाली स्पीच इसमें पढ़ी होगी तो इसमें एक जगह लिखा हुआ था ग्रीन आइड जेलसी, rash embrace, despair. So all these words are keywords. You can use these keywords over here and give reason for your answer. उसको आप describe करेंगे. Third, explain Portia's reference to swan like end. ये मैंने क्लास में कितनी बार बोला है swan like end कितना important है. तो इसमें पूरा reference जाएगा that swan sings once in their lifetime, just before their death. In the similar manner, if Bassanio is not able to choose the right casket, then Portia's eyes shall be the watery stream, like for the death of their feelings and all, of their dreams and all. ये पूरा description इसमें जाएगा, ये important है, right? Next, later in the scene, Portia gives Bassanio a gift. What does she give him? What does this gift symbolize? Ring देती है. Ring जो है वो पूरा उसमें description लिखेंगे कि what does this ring symbolize, कि if you ever lose this ring, then it shall be the end of our love and you will lose the right to call me your wife and all that. ये पूरा दोगे. Fifth, what is the theme of the song sung in the background? When Bassanio makes his choice, do not go on the outward appearance, because the things which we see are very short-lived. They are temporary. They do not stay for a long time. The things which, like the love which originates from in the eyes, it dies in the eyes only. So, जो भी हम दिखता है, जो होता है, वो हमेशा permanent नहीं रहता. It is very short-lived. How is the theme reflected in the choice he makes? Absolutely, he does not choose the golden casket or the silver casket. He chooses the leaden casket, which is very base to look at. He does not go on the outward appearance. You can give 2 or 3 examples also why he rejects the golden casket and the silver one. Next, what does Bassanio find in the casket that he chooses? He opens, he saw the portrait of Portia and a scroll which was there for Bassanio, और portrait of Portia को थोड़ा बहुत describe करेंगे, क्योंकि ये 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन है. थोड़ा बहुत आपको portrait of Portia को describe करना पड़ेगा. Next, question number 3. Bassanio, I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. ये Act 4 का है, जो मुझे बहुत ही कम expected था. मर्सी स्पीच मुझे फिर भी लग रही थी, ये तो मुझे बहुत कम एक्सपेक्टेड था, 1-2 बार पहले भी आ चुका है, बट चलिए. Who is on the trial? Antonio is on the trial. Why is this person on the trial? Then you will have to explain everything, that Bassanio wanted to marry Portia. He wanted 3,000 ducats, so he approached his friend Antonio. Antonio, on behalf of Bassanio, had taken a loan of 3,000 ducats from Shylock, and now Shylock was adamant that he wanted nothing else except the pound of flesh, and he was not ready to accept any money. So here the trial was about all these things. Second, explain in your own words Bassanio's request to Portia in the given context. So again, Bassanio wanted that Shylock should be curbed in order to execute his selfish wishes. So to do that, Portia, who was disguised as a lawyer, should change the law. Bassanio begs the court to bend the law slightly, and he requests Portia, who's disguised as a lawyer, in order to save Antonio from execution, saying that a small changes in a little way will actually do a great right. So, in order to save Antonio from the clutches of Shylock, he is requesting Portia to change the law. तो इसका आंसर मेरे ख्याल से तो ये होगा. Third, how does Portia respond to Bassanio's request? So she tells him that no, that cannot happen, because there is no power in Venice which can alter a law which has already been established, and it will be recorded for future references also, and people may misuse this instance. So that is not possible to change a law which has already been established. There are 2 points. First, that there is no power in Venice which can change a law which has already been established, and second, that people may misuse it in future references. So that is also not possible. तो यहाँ पे ये भी हो जाएगा. Fourth, who does Bassanio refer to as this cruel devil, Shylock? What is this person's response to Portia's word in the given extract? He calls Portia by the name of Daniel. Daniel was, again, you have to give the entire reference. Daniel was a very wise Jewish man. So Shylock calls Portia by the name of Daniel, and he feels really happy that Portia is a very good judge and she understands the law pretty well. Okay, fifth, how's the cruel devil punished at the end of the trial? How fair, in your opinion, is this punishment? Justify your response. So here we'll say that Shylock's half property is given to the state and half property is given to Antonio. And even his life lies at the mercy of Duke alone. No other voice shall be entertained in this condition. So the judge offer, ये पूरा जाएगा, सब जाएगा. That judge tells him that if he asks for forgiveness, then half of his property which has been given to the state will be reverted back to him. And Antonio also tells him that if he agrees to sign the bond telling that after his death his half of the property will be given to Jessica and Lorenzo, and if he turns Christian, then Antonio is also ready to give back half of his property. And what is your opinion? So I think you always have to support what is written in the play. So you can support by saying that I think this is absolutely a good decision, and Shylock was too cruel towards Antonio, and this is absolutely a very very wise decision on part of the Duke as well as Antonio. तो इस तरह से आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं. Moving on to section C, prose, short story. Question number 4. On the way back, she met her mother out of breath, come to look for her and all that. Okay, fine. First, what are the tasks that Sibia was required to perform from a very young age? Again, so iska answer hoga, she used to husk corn, she used to gather sticks, and she used to dry the dungs. जो भी उसमें 4-5 points हैं वो सारे जाएंगे. Cut the fodder for the grass and all that, वो सारा जाएगा इसमें. What had delayed Sibia and separated her from other village women on her way home that day? So इसमें यहाँ पे जाएगा that Sibia had prepared some clay cups and had kept in the cavelets near the river. She wanted to see that whether they were ready to use and be colored. So while returning back, she stops back and she wanted to check their progress. So she stops back. There were cavelets, and high above the watermark on the highest flood, she had stored some little bowls which were molded out of clay. And while she was waiting for them to get hardened, and if there were anything that could be used for coloring, they would look fine, paint with marigold and elephants. So while going back, she dawdles a bit and she stops back in order to see that her little clay cups were still in the cave, and were they ready to be painted or not. So ये पूरा आंसर इसमें जाएगा. Same question, next part. What was Sibia doing when she heard the Gujjar woman's cry for help? So she was carrying a lot of load. She had put down her load on the big boulder to rest and leaned, and she was breathing on the fork when she heard the Gujjar woman's cry. Next question. What were the dangers that crocodile had to overcome before it could grow into the ferocious creature that Sibia encountered? ये मैंने again बताया था, बहुत important है. So this is also a very expected question. जो पूरी स्पीच थी वो सारा इम्पॉर्टेंट है. दैट ऑलमोस्ट 100 years ago when the crocodile must have hatched out from the egg in the sandbank, broken his shell, got out his head and looked around ready to snap at anything before he was even fully hatched. ये पूरी स्पीच जो है यहाँ तक जाएगा. And plenty of rotted food to gave him this length, and how he escaped from the big fishes which eat baby crocodiles and the birds. ये सारा कुछ इसमें जाएगा. Fourth question, how did Sibia's knowledge on the way of the jungle helps her fight the crocodile? So इसमें ये जाएगा that crocodile is a very very powerful animal. Nothing could pierce his inch thick armored hide, and even the bullets would bounce off. ये सब कुछ इसमें जाएगा. And then how there was only 2 things which offered the place where crocodile could be killed, eyes and the underarms. So Sibia was quite well aware of the fact that वो कहीं और hit करेगी तो crocodile जो है उसको कुछ effect नहीं होगा. So she simply points and like puts her hay fork into his eyes. तो उससे ये भी पता है. कैसे वो in spite of that dangerous river which becomes often dark during night, वो कैसे just like a sheep goat, वो कैसे climb कर करके within seconds she was next to the Gujjar women, ये उसमें जाएगा. Compare and contrast the mother's mood with Sibia in the given extract. Give reason to explain why each of them was feeling this way. So mother was very anxious about Sibia, that where had she gone, because she did not notice that Sibia was not with her until and unless she reached her house. Whereas Sibia, on the other hand, she was extremely excited. She did not even care about the malaria mosquitoes or the Magna elephant and everything like that. Why? Because Sibia was very, very excited after getting the blue bead. Not even a bead, that was a bottleneck which was perforated, and it was sand-worn bottleneck, right? So ये पूरा उसमें जाएगा that she was very excited to get the blue bead, whereas on the other hand mother was very, very anxious. तो इसको पूरा describe किया जाएगा. Next, in the following extract, Jesse Owens, my greatest Olympic prize. I wasn't too worried about all this. So what does by all this means? All this here refers to the Hitler's ideology that his performers belonged to the master race, and Jesse Owens, since he was a Negro, so he's telling that he was not at all worried about the Hitler's ideology because he had already trained, sweated, and worked really hard, just keeping the games in mind. What games does he refer to? So the games here which is being referred is the Berlin Olympics of 1936. ये पूरा जाएगा. What made Owens confident of winning a gold medal or two? So the answer would be that he was confident of winning a gold or two medals because a year before, as a sophomore in Ohio State University, he had already set a world record of 26 feet 8 1 by 4 inches. So he was quite confident of winning one or two gold medals. And in fact, everyone expected him to win Olympics hand down. So the surprise was of a tall boy who was hitting at the pitch almost at 26 feet in his practice leaps. And this man was a German by the name of Lars Long, and Hitler had kept him under wraps with the hope that he would definitely win the competition. So what did he feel? So answer would be that an angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes, and same happens with Owens. So he, in one of the three qualifying jumps, he leaped several inches beyond the takeoff board for a foul. And on the second jump, he fouled even worse. What doubts filled his mind at this time? He was filled with regret. He was filled with disgust. He questioned himself that whether he has come 3,000 miles for this, to make a fool of himself at the trial, get out of the trial. And he was feeling very, very dejected and disheartened. And he was feeling very angry at Hitler's ideology. What makes Lars Long's behavior at the games truly remarkable in context of the times? Identify the theme that is common to the short story and the poem 9 Gold Medals. So basically, Lars Long was, although he was a competitor, he does not behave like a competitor. He helps Jesse Owens in order to achieve his best. He even advises Jesse Owens that how he should take a full step back and then jump. He advises Jesse Owens and helps him in every possible way. He feels genuinely happy when Jesse Owens won the competition. He gives a shake which was just not a fake shake, a fake smile with a broken heart. He in fact gives him a very wholehearted shake with his hands. So here we can next में हम लोग को compare करना है, तो यहाँ पे हम लोग बात करेंगे about true sportsmanship की, and theme जो होगा वो theme celebration of human values and true sportsmanship के बारे में होगा. इसको आपको डिटेल में थोड़ा बहुत लिखना होगा. Talking about Abib and Adam now, question number 6, section D. First part. So the poem begins with a blessing. What is the blessing? Generally, the sleep hai, it is a blessing because it overcomes all your problems, of all your troubles. The people who are able to sleep peacefully are the blessed ones. So यहाँ पे उस blessing को बोला गया है that he was sleeping without any tension, peacefully, with a lot of satisfaction. So यहाँ पे उसको blessing बोला गया है. Explain its significance. Again, the people who commit crime, the people who are not satisfied at heart, they are never able to sleep peacefully. Only those people who are very happy in their lives, who are satisfied, only those people who have never committed any kind of crime or sin, they are able to sleep peacefully. तो ये पूरा जाएगा. Second, explain in your own words the following lines and phrases. Make making it rich like a lily in bloom here conveys the potential of this encounter to bloom into something pure and noble. So here basically the angel has been compared to a lily, and the just the way lily looks beautiful when it is blooming, in the similar manner angel was also looking very pure, noble, and it was looking very, very fascinating, full of purity. Second, a look that made up of all sweet accord. So here the angel looked at Abu bin Adam with a face which evokes a sweetness, which evokes purity. So इसका meaning ये जाएगा. A great awakening light. So here this one is important. मैंने ये भी class में कई बार इसको discuss किया है. So great awakening light is the light through which Abu bin Adam is awakened from his deep dream of peace. This also suggests that it not only awakes him from his dream, but also awakens his mind through wisdom carried by the angel. And awakening light also adds to the supernatural quality of the poem, which is magical and unbelievable. Next, what was the angel doing in Abu bin Adam's room? What did Abu ask the angel? So, Abu bin Adam, he was one night, Abu bin Adam, he was taking a great sleep. He was sleeping peacefully into his room when he saw an angel writing something down in his golden book. What was angel doing? He was writing some names in a golden book. He was writing down something in a golden book. And Abu bin Adam inquires the angel that what was he doing. So angel informs him that he was writing down the names of those people who love God. So Abu bin Adam inquires whether his name was there in the list or not, to which angel says that his name was not there. A bit disappointed but not disheartened, Abu bin Adam further asks him to write down his name among those who love his fellow men. Why did Abu say to angel, write me as one that loves his fellow men? Give the context. So when Abu bin Adam asked the angel that whether his name was there in the list of those people who love God, angel denies that. So Abu bin Adam requests the angel to write down his name among those who love his fellow men. Fifth, explain the last line of the poem, and lo, Abu bin Adam's name led all the rest. If you had to give the poem a different title, what would you call it? Give reason for your answer. The angel again appears the next night and he informs Abu bin Adam that his name was at the top of the list, whom God has sent his blessings. So here we can see that God loves those who love their fellow beings. If I had to give another name to this poem, I would give Love Your Fellow Men. Why? Because the poem actually revolves around the theme that one should love his or her fellow man in order to receive the blessings of God. The last question, the patriot. I was quite confident कि ये poem तो आनी ही आनी है. मैंने उसमें भी बोला था अपने reels में. What can you conclude of the poet's mood of the given lines? Quote the line from the given extract which tells us that patriot did his utmost to satisfy his people. So, patriot is regretful at the moment. He's feeling sorrowful, and quote the lines from the given extract which tells us the patriot did his best to satisfy. So the lines which will be, it's already there. Not man could do, have I left undone. So this line should be in quotes in order to get your answer correct. Second, the last line of the extract suggests that the year has gone by. How has the speaker been treated a year ago? So again, first and second stanza isme pura jayega. That he was given a grand welcome. There were all roses and myrtle mixed, everything. How people were crazily welcoming him. They were on the rooftop. They wanted to just have a glimpse of the patriot. People were all around. Air was filled with the mist of bells. He was in such a powerful condition that at that point, if he had asked for sun also, the people would have given him sun which represents power. People would have given him the sun and would ask, what else do you want? So everything has to be mentioned in this first or second stanza के सारे points इसमें जानने हैं. Third, how did the situation change a year later? Give details of his present state. But now the things have absolutely changed. There is nobody on the house tops now, just a palisade few, and most of them have gone to the Strambles Gate and Scaffold's Foot in order to witness something which is strange and remarkable for them now. Why were only a palisade few onlookers seated at the windows? Where had the other townspeople gone? Why had they gone there? So Only a few Palisade people were left at the housetop now because no one wanted to have a glimpse of him. Most of the people had gone to the Strambles gate at the scaffold so that they could see the execution of the patriot who was being taken to the same place because he had committed a misdeed, and for his misdeed he was going to be executed at that place. And everyone knew that the best of the site was at the Shambles gate or the scaffold's foot. So people here are depicted as fickle minded. People always go and they always change with the passage of time. So here again reference दिया गया है people की fickleness का, उसको आपको mention करना होगा. And last question of this entire paper: how is the speaker's faith in God revealed at the end of the poem? And do you think the poem ends on a note of hope or despair? Justify your answer. So here in the last answer we have to write ये जो last line थी, it is God shall repay, I am safer so, that he feels satisfied in that these people will never be able to understand my reality. I have never committed any kind of crime or sin, but these people have misunderstood me. Only God will be able to understand my reality. Only God will be able to justify that whatever have I done is right or wrong. So he feels safer in the lap of God. And he even feels that death is not the end. He feels that since he is not rewarded for the work which he had done on earth, probably God will be able to understand and God shall reward him over there. So we can say that the poet has a full faith in God, and the end is optimistic. Why? Because he is believing that he is going to someone who believes him and who will be able to justify his actions, that who will be able to make out that whether his actions were right or wrong. So now do let me know in the comment section आप लोग का पेपर कैसा हुआ. अगर मेरे वीडियो से थोड़ी बहुत भी अगर आप लोग को हेल्प हुई हो तो आई एम really happy about that. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe, because I can see that most of you are actually just watching the videos without subscribing it. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best for your further exams.